Shelving a novel that you've been writing or trying to get published does not mean you failed, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're giving up on that project. I've written 12 novels, and I've clearly shelved a lot of them, and for a long time I thought that meant that I gave up on them, but I've realized that's not always the case, so I hope this helps you too. Because shelving a book isn't always abandoning it. I think it's making a decision to say, this idea deserves better than what I can give it right now. And that's not defeat, that's honesty about where you are in your craft. And we all really need that honesty to succeed in writing books. A lot of us are writing novels before we have the skill set to fully execute the vision we have for them. That gap between vision and ability is normal, it's how we grow. But sometimes you hit a wall with a project, and no amount of pushing through is going to close that gap in the moment. For example, I wrote an epic fantasy book that was probably novel number 7. It was good, but not great. I had people read it and got pretty good responses, but no agents picked it up, and I myself realized it wasn't what it could be. So I moved on. I wrote more books, including a prequel to that epic fantasy that helped me understand the world better. I grew as a writer. I published a different book and have another on the way this year. Then I felt like it was time to go back to that idea. I knew how to fix the issues it had had before, and I had a more trained eye to identify more issues. So I wrote that new version, and it feels so much better. Who knows where it'll go, but I'm confident in it in a way I never was before, all because I shelved it for a time. So I think it helps to not think of the shelf as like a graveyard. It's more of a bank. You're saving those characters, themes, scenes, world building, all of it. Sometimes it finds a way into another project where it fits better, and sometimes you come back to it years later with the skill and perspective to finally do it justice. So if you've shelved a project, or if you're feeling like you should but are dreading it, I'd encourage you to stop thinking of it as a failure and more as a promise to yourself. All of this is a journey, and it's not always linear. You can go, learn, and return triumphant or aspire to new heights. What about you? Have you shelved a project and come back to it, or created something better along the way? I'd love to hear.